Welcome back. Now, this week, the woes of former Central Bank of Nigeria CBN Governor, Mr. Godwin Emefiele, continued. A federal high court in Lagos granted an order for the interim forfeiture of property valued at 11.14 billion, allegedly linked to Emefiele. Trial Judge Justice Chukwujeku Aneke granted the order following an ex parte application filed and argued by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission EFCC counsel, Mr. Rotimi Oyedepo-San. The court's order mandates the interim forfeiture of the property to the federal government. Oyedepo informed the court that Emefiele was suspected of purchasing the high-value property primarily located in upscale areas of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja, by proxy using proceeds from fraud. Justice Aneke has ordered the EFCC to publish the forfeiture order in a newspaper to allow any interested party or parties to present reasons why a final forfeiture order should not be issued. And of course, Ayodele Adu is still right here with me, and of course, Olufemi Lawson, I want to get your reactions to this very quickly. Now, with this recent development and this new investigation that just came out, ordering a forfeiture of assets worth 11.14 billion naira, how did you react? What's your reaction to this?
It's alarming.
Okay.
And it's alarming, and I think more of these revelations are still going to come, especially when you look at how people who are entrusted with responsibility of holding Commonwealth in trust on behalf of the people would descend, to the level of practically, amassing what ordinarily belongs to the Nigerian people to themselves, using proxies, using family members. And it's very worrisome. And this is we are just at the early stage of these revelations. Because if we look at what went on the ground in the period of about 8 years that Emefiele was the CBN governor, they are so alarming to the extent that I do hope that the damage it has done to our economy would be such that we can recover from in the earliest possible time. This is very impressive that the EFCC is not relenting, not limiting the scope of its investigation on the activities of the former CBN governor. Now a lot have been unraveled, and we do hope that beyond acquisition of properties and some of these assets that have been forfeited, more about how resources were taken by people connected to Emefiele or others who served in that administration would also be unraveled.
All right, Ayodele Adio, very quickly. Now, the pile of allegations leveled against this man through investigation showed he had absolute autonomy to do what he liked. Should we be worried with how weak the system has been?
I mean, obviously, you should be worried that a public servant of that standing could have, according to what is being argued in court, made away with 11 billion worth of property. And this, like Mr. Lawson rightfully said, is just the tip of the iceberg of the several revelations that have been made public as the investigation continues to unfold and as the court proceedings continue. So it just shows the lack of institutional discipline and the fact that there's so much porosity with many of our public institutions, and the fact that senior public servants can simply make away with billions of not just naira, in some instances millions of dollars. It's just scandalous. It's scary. But I'm not willing to invest so much of my emotions on it now. I just like to wait out and see where this entire case leads to. Okay. And I just hope that due diligence is done in this prosecution to not just bring justice to the matter, but at least so that the Nigerian people that have lost our Commonwealth, can have a bit of closure.
All right, thank you. Well, he said he doesn't want to invest too much emotions on it, but we keep going around in circles. Now, is this a function of a society or a structure that has not been able to prosecute those who have been caught in similar situations like this, and that is why those in public office still also have the feeling that, look, I can do what I like, and after all, we'll go to court and we might win or not win?
It's a function of the level of disciplinary measure that we have given to corruption in Nigeria.
Right.
Today, Emefiele is a free man on bail. He feels he can hire the best of lawyers to prosecute his case. The federal government will spend a lot of resources prosecuting Emefiele. Emefiele may end up with few years in jail or options of fine, like we have seen in different cases in this country where people are accused, found guilty of stealing billions. They are sentenced to a few months in jail. And of course, in some cases, they are given options of ridiculous amount as fine. Until we make this issue of corruption so punitive to the extent that people will see it as a matter of, national, of the matter of threat to our existence as a people, until it becomes so capital in nature that people would really feel it is very extremely dangerous to be involved
in such an act.
This may just end up like one of those corruption cases that have been treated by the anti-corruption agencies in Nigeria.